Hello, and welcome back again to QUTV's Campus News Update. I'm Courtney Gear.
And I'm Colleen McCormick. On this week's update, we delve into how Quincy University is working to stand by GLVC's latest public mission and some moments that you might call awkward. Topping our news this week, technology is at the tip of our fingers at every minute of every day. But is this dependence affecting your in-class studies? And if so, what can you do about it?
Tablets, smartphones, laptops, and even smartboards are all making their way into today's classroom setting. It seems that students at QU are using technology in the classroom more often than ever before, and sometimes this is more of a distraction than a help.
So I will admit I get emails automatically popped up on my mini iPad. So I'll be in the middle of class taking notes and then it'll be email such and such.
Studies show that technology in the classroom can be more disruptive than useful. At QU, many professors have taken to banning devices from their classrooms. But is that necessarily the best option?
I think outright ban tends to produce a different kind of result. So, you know how the saying goes, if you tell someone you can't do X, that's all they can think about.
Dr. Ghosh suggests that professors have a conversation with students about technology. They should explain their position and come to an understanding about technology use. Not all forms of technology is a distraction. With the price of textbooks rising, oftentimes buying the digital versions of books can cut a student's cost by up to 50%. Tablets are great for this. Distractions have always been a problem in the classroom, and technology is not the only cause.
I remember when I was, let's say, going to high school or middle school or something. My distraction was storybooks, novels and things of that nature, or comic books or what have you, that I'd have hidden under my books.
Students at QU have an advantage.
Now, in our small classrooms here at Quincy University, it's plain and obvious. Even in your larger classes that have 20 students, it's still very clear. The professor can see all the students in the class and know when someone isn't paying attention.
Technology in today's classrooms is not necessarily a bad thing, as long as students remind themselves to stay focused in class.
It's that time of year again. Seniors are expected to graduate soon. However, senioritis is making its way from one student to the next. As seniors await graduation day, procrastination sets in, and they often become less likely to study hard for their classes. So exactly what is it that causes senioritis? Usually the worst cases of senioritis happen to students who have already had a job lined up after college. This can make students apathetic about their studies and harm their performance in classes.
You're going from the pleasure of succeeding at your work and having your friends around you to this anticipation of losing that pleasure, and that creates fear. I think it's the ones who have their fear exaggerated by the fact that they don't really have a very clear idea about where they're going. So I think knowing better about where you're going next is the best way not to have senioritis.
Sure. Dr. Beller's advice for students with senioritis was to try scheduling an extra fun activity in your day that you are committed to so that you don't end up procrastinating the rest of the day. Remember, graduation is only 4 months away, so make the most of this year while you still can. The Great Lakes Valley Conference is partnering with Generations Progress and its national movement to end sexual assault on college campuses. The It's On Us program focuses on teaching both male and female students how they can be the solution to this nationwide issue. The two groups produced a 60-second public service announcement featuring members of the GLVC Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Amy Kuehl is a QU sophomore and representative for the program. She encourages students to take the petition online. Faculty and staff members also advise students to be a part of the program.
We're glad to be a part of this. This is something that Quincy University is proud to stand for with our conference and with the NCAA to make sure that we're, supporting women and men across the country and making sure that, this cause is people's forefront.
The Student Alumni Association is hosting a Super Bowl party this Sunday. The event will be from 5 to 9 p.m. in the Hawk's Nest. There will be free food and prizes, and all students are welcome to attend. Later in sports, we will find out what the students think of the big game.
It's often said football players give their blood, sweat, and tears on the field, and next month they'll give their blood off the field as well. The Hawks football team is hosting a blood drive on Friday, February 6th from 6 a.m. until 1 p.m. The drive will take place in the Hall of Fame room in the Health and Fitness Center. Anyone wishing to donate should call Coach Hubbard at 217-228-5483. Last year, the Hawks raised 57 units of blood in just 3 hours. This year, they're hoping for more than 100 units. If your birthday is next month, you'll want to stay tuned for Allison Malone's monthly horoscope.
And it's been feeling more like winter lately around the Quincy area. But is snow on the way? We'll have the answer in weather when QUTV News returns.
It isn't a building. It isn't an arena or field. It isn't a classroom. It's a friendship. It's the bonds you form. It's an opportunity. It's the experience. It's a key thing. Schedule your visit today.
Welcome back. It's been chilly and breezy the last few days.
And we may see more winter-like weather soon. Stephen Philippi has all the details. Stephen?
Thanks, guys. You know, we just have really a winter-like weekend, but fortunately we've got partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees hitting off on your Friday. Then we're going to head on over to your Saturday. And you know, we've got some rain that day, 41 degrees. Might want to bring an umbrella on those weekend plans which you have. Then we're going to head on over to our Sunday. You know, we've got a men's tennis game at 11 o'clock. Don't miss it. You won't regret it. It's going to be 37 degrees. There's going to be a little bit of snow that day, so you might want to head on out there, bundle up, and support your Hawks on that day. Don't be afraid of that weather. Now we're heading on into this next week here. We've got Monday, 25 degrees, partly cloudy skies. 46 degrees on your Tuesday, really windy weather there. Make sure you wear a heavy coat and a windbreaker on top of that. Wednesday, we're going to hit with 36 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Then hitting with our Thursday, more snow, 21 degrees. We're supposed to get to about 3 or 4 inches on that Thursday, so there's going to be a high risk for a lot of snow there. Make sure you're safe on those roads. You know, we're going to start passing the torch, the weather torch, on down to Allison Malone, a QUTV reporter, and she's going to be our talent for weather this year. And so this is Stephen Philippi signing off. I'm going to toss it back to you guys.
If you listen to the stars, you might hear the winds of change coming. QUTV's Allison Malone explains in this month's horoscope.
We have a new year ahead of us, and it's going to be better than last year. This is Allison Malone with your monthly horoscope, falling into the sign of Aquarius for the month of February. Okay, Aquarians, this is a month of self-reflection. The true, intimate, personal you need to self-reflect with honesty and objectivity. This could mean health-wise, watching your figure or medical conditionings, or establishing good working relationships with colleagues, bosses. Make a makeover where there's areas you can improve. This will give you a good sense of contentment, success, and happiness, overall changing your whole attitude. You'll also have anxiety about health, maybe about a loved one, or even your own. Money is also an anxiety for this month. With this self-reflection, hopefully it can lead you to taking better care of your money and also handling people around you. This just isn't a rerun of last year. This is a whole new year with a different feel. This is where the month begins. This is Allison Malone saying goodbye for now. See you next month in the signs of Pisces.
Thanks, Allison. Up next, Andrew McCulloch has the latest in sports.
And things that will make you go, Hawkward. We'll explain when QUTV returns.
Join me, Coach Marty Bell, head basketball coach of the Quincy University Hawks, live from Chicks on the River every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. or on ESPN 1440 for the Coach Marty Bell Show. Hear from our coaches and players as Ben and I recap the previous games and preview our upcoming opponents. Grab your friends and family and come out to Chicks on the River for a great meal and meet the Hawks. QU men's basketball, Chicks on the River, and ESPN 1440. A winning combination. And as always, it truly is.
Welcome back. The QUTV sports team hit the streets to find out who students like in this weekend's Super Bowl. Andrew McCulloch has the latest in athletics. Andrew?
Thanks, Courtney. The Super Bowl is more than just a game to crown the best team in the NFL. It's a time for campus residents to gather and enjoy a big spectacle. I went around campus to find out what students were doing for the big game and who they think will come out on top.
Hartford, the Patriots stopped the run game. Marshawn Lynch is a dog, so I'll give him 14 points. Other than winning, it'll be a good game, though.
I really don't care who wins. I'm just glad the Packers aren't in it, so that's fine.
I think it's going to play more favorably towards the Seahawks than the Patriots.
Neutral field, defense wins championships, offense sells tickets, plus the beast mode is in beast mode.
I'm going to be helping out with the Super Bowl SAA during the weekend.
Honestly, think Seahawks barely got in, and the Patriots kind of deserve it a little more, even though the Deflategate scandal's been going around. Kind of want the Patriots more to win.
Should be a great game. With the men's volleyball season underway, they would take on St. Ambrose. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game. Here we have Coach Foster giving his team some prep talk before the game would begin. Here in the first set, we would have a deflection that would set up Chris Chappelle for a kill. Chris Chappelle had a great first set here, as his teammates would congratulate him on that. Here we would have a great dig that would also lead to Brian Rogan setting up Chris Chappelle. You could call the first set of the game the Chris Chappelle show, except there were no jokes, just kills. St. Ambrose, however, would climb back in this one. They would win the next 3 sets, even though QU would put forth a great effort. St. Ambrose would eventually win this game 3-1. QU would fall to 4-2 on the season. Jared Kelso led the team with 8 kills. Brian Rogan would lead the team with 17 assists. The Lady Hawks basketball team has been playing well as of late, and they would look to keep their success going against William Jewell. Let's also take a look at some of the highlights from their game. Here, a big component in this game were turnovers. The Lady Hawks had 20 turnovers in the game, and it would allow William Jewell to get out to an early lead. As you would see, a plethora of passes on this play would lead to a wide-open jump shot. Also, William Jewell played great defense, as you would see in this next highlight. We have Carly Betancourt dribbling the ball down the court. She would eventually enter the ball into the post where Annika Webster would shoot it, get blocked, and again, Quincy University would have to maintain their composure and get something going on offense, and they would without any worries here, as we would have Sierra Young here looking to enter the ball into the post. Well, you know what? She's just going to fire the 3, and with plays like that, it would be the Lady Hawks taking this one 78-76, advancing to 11-6 on the season. Erin Menemeyer would give you 15 points and 6 rebounds. Annika Webster also added 15 points and 4 assists. Well, that's going to be it for sports this week. Make sure to tune in next week for more sports coverage. For QUTV Sports, I'm Andrew McCulloch. Let's send it back to the desk.
You may have heard the term used on QU's campus. QUTV is collecting awkward and outrageous moments from around the web to share with you right here in a news segment we call Hawkward.
QUTV's Randy Swope has the latest in our first Hawkward segment. Randy?
Thanks, guys. I'm Randy Swope, and welcome to the first segment of Hawkward. Let's get started. It looks like some folks are in for quite a shiny surprise. An Australian company created a way to glitter bomb your enemies. For $10, you can send someone an envelope full of glitter that explodes everywhere when you open. So maybe you should think twice about what you say before you end up with a dorm room full of glitter. Awkward. From enemies to thieves, listen to this. Apparently some thieves have a slight change of heart after committing their crime by returning stolen camping gear and a cargo trailer to a Montana Boy Scout troop. Can we award a Hawkward badge for that? According to Scoutmaster Rick Lindholm, the thieves left a handwritten note on the windshield of a car in a church parking lot from which the trailer and gear were taken from. The note stated that they felt guilty and gave an address to where the stolen goods could be found. Most of the $7,000 worth of items were returned, but the police are still investigating the theft. I guess a guilty conscience doesn't get you off the hook completely for committing a crime. And oh, how the mighty fall. A suspected burglar
fell through the ceiling on a Houston dollar store on January 25th. He landed right in front of a police officer arriving to the call about a suspected burglary in progress. The man allegedly climbed a tree onto the roof and store and broke holes in the roof to enter the building. The man was later arrested. I guess his plans fell through. Awkward. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be back next week for more awkward moments from around the web.
Thanks, Randy. Courtney, any awkward moments for you on campus this week?
Well, I saw someone trip up the stairs when we were on our way to class.
Well, that sure is awkward. That's all for this week's QUTV News Update. Remember, as always, to tune in online on Facebook or on Channel 97 on campus for more news anytime. For the entire QUTV team, I'm Colleen McCormick.
And I'm Courtney Gear. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we will see you again next week.